Welcome everybody to another episode of New Ground. This is AGDAILY's weekly look at everything that's fun, fresh, and fantastic in the world of agriculture. My name is Ryan Tips. I'm the editor of AGDAILY. There was a lot that happened in agriculture this past week, so let's get right into the weeds of it, metaphorically speaking. It's no surprise that the meat industry would push back hard against California's Proposition 12. Prop 12 is the measure that imposes strict new standards on animal housing, and it applies not just to animals that are raised in California, but also to animals that are raised elsewhere and then might be sold or their products sold in California. And this is a law that could have a ripple effect nationwide just because of how big California's economy is. In a recent rebuke of the measure, Juliana Potts, president and CEO of the North American Meat Institute, uses Prop 12's own wording against it. She says, the recently proposed rule by the California Department of Food and Agriculture admits there are no benefits to Californians as a result of Prop 12. She also says that the deaths of breeding sows would increase. Quote, both are unintentional consequences of a costly and unconstitutional law. The wording of California's Prop 12 was already delayed more than a year and a half, so there's a lot of hope that through legal and other obstacles that this law will be done away with entirely. We've long loved what Bryan does with his annual farm tour. The multi-state tour is held on farms themselves, and some of the money from the tour goes back directly to the farmers, and some of it is used for scholarships for students. After missing out on touring last year because of the pandemic, Bryan has announced that the tour is back on for 2021, with stops at 6 farms across the Midwest this September. The country music superstar grew up on a farm in Georgia, so it's awesome to see him give back to the farming community in this way. If you're interested in attending one of the concerts on the tour, tickets go on sale today. Pollinator Health has been a huge discussion point, both in agriculture and in the public sector for several years, maybe even decades now. This week, the state of New York has been advancing the Birds and Bees Protection Act, and if it passes both chambers and is signed by Governor Cuomo, it would give state regulators the opportunity to prohibit any substance that is deemed harmful to bees, birds, or other pollinators. A major target of this measure are neonic insecticides, which are often blamed by the public for bee deaths. That said, there's not a lot of data that bees ever encounter large volumes of neonics in the real world, and recent studies trying to establish a significant link between bee health and neonic use aren't very convincing. All pesticides in the US go through rigorous scientific regulatory hurdles, including neonics. Measures like what's happening in New York really only serve to create a patchwork of regulations across the country and really hurt family farmers. The agriculture industry has been showing renewed concerns about the flood of immigrants crossing the US southern border. In a letter, the American Farm Bureau Federation joined all 50 state farm bureaus as well as Puerto Rico Farm Bureau in urging the Biden administration to address the surge of undocumented immigrants entering the US. The letter points out that local and state border security resources have been exhausted, leaving little help for farmers and ranchers. The hope is that federal resources will step up to fill the void. Farm groups are saying that increased illegal immigration are negatively impacting farm families, both economically and safety-wise. If you haven't had a good dose of fun lately, we encourage you to check out the two parody videos that were released early this week. The Peterson Farm Brothers parodied Jameson Rogers' hit Some Girls, changing it to be Some Cows, and it's a perfect fit for the summer. In the other vid early this week, Farmer Derek donned a neon green suit for his spin on the Cardi B tune I Like It, which samples a portion of the Pete Rodriguez classic I Like It Like That. Derek's version, of course, was I Farm It Like That. Be sure to go take a look at both of them on agdaily.com. This closes out another week in agriculture. Just a quick heads up, because of some staff vacations, we will not be doing a video next week for June 18th, but we will be back the week after that. So until next time, check out agdaily.com and our social channels. We are the information superhighway for your country road.